Hey, what's up? All right, so I wanted to talk to you today. I don't know, I guess about mindset, something that I have worked a lot on, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about an experience I had and then some of the things that I thought of in the ensuing week since it happened. So I won a trip down to LA to watch Clippers Kings game on a Tuesday night in LA. It is the most random game, right, that I would ever imagine going to see. But I was able to go down with like 8 other agents from all over the country. This was a contest where we had to write a certain amount of insurance or the top person in our state. And so I won, and I was surrounded by these great agents, and I got to meet some of the farmers' leadership, and it was outstanding. And so it's always a good time to be around other successful people. And I've been running in these circles for almost 2 decades now, and so you get down, you sit at the table. We had dinner inside the crypto arena or whatever it's called these days, the Bitcoin Dome or whatever it's called, beautiful arena. And we're having dinner and everybody starts talking, hey, what are you doing right this year? And what are you doing well this year? And I am surrounded by 4 or 5 agents who are writing significantly more business than I am. I know most of them are in California. Actually, one was in Wyoming. There's one in a bunch of them are in California, and they're killing it. I sat with an agent who has written 100 life policies every year for 15 straight years. Okay. Killing it. I am not at that level. Okay. I'm at a different level. Okay. So anyway, it's fun to talk to them about systems and what are you guys doing and but it's interesting because I caught myself at some point in the night. This was after the game. We went out and had kind of a nightcap, and everyone's talking shop and telling war stories and stuff like that. And like these numbers are starting coming out of, these agents' mouths. They're like, I just wrote a policy for $600,000. And, we have a $14 million book, and and these are super nice guys. Like I enjoyed my time with them very much, but I caught myself kind of looking at them and being like, feeling like I'm not doing a good enough job. And that I had to recognize, and I had to stop it because I've built what I wanted to build. All right. Let me say that clearly. When this opportunity to run this business for me has changed my life. Okay. It has provided me with things and given me experiences that I would have never dreamed of. Okay. I went to school to be a high school math teacher. Okay. I had never run a business before in my life. All right. I run a very successful agency and can provide for my family beyond any means that I ever thought. I never thought I'd make 6 figures. I never did. Okay. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I built. Okay. I have 2 you guys know my story. Many of you do. Anyway, 2 staff members, over 4,000 policies. I run a different shop than my peers. That's what I'm most proud of. I'm passionate about educating people about insurance and educating agents about how to run an agency. Okay. You could sit around people who are killing it from you, and it would be easy to sit there and because I did. I was like, oh my God, I must not be doing that good of a job. I felt bad. Me. Okay. But I had to snap out of it. I was like, that's not okay, man. Like first of all, look at where you are and look at how you got here. Okay. Just because, you've got some of these guys that have, been in the business longer or, are working different hours than me. I talked to one of them and he's like, well, my kids left the house and we empty nested it. And I took my book from 4 to 14 million, good for him. And I was like, how did you do it? He's like, well, and I kind of put some words in his mouth. I was like, you really like what you do, don't you? He goes, I really like what I do. And I was stoked for him. That's amazing. It's easy to sit in the company of giants like that and be like, how can I get there? But why are you thinking that? Why was I thinking that? I don't know. And that's the question I had to ask myself. I'm like, I am where I want to be right now. Okay. I love doing what I do. I'm going to continue to do what I do. I have 2 teenagers at home. I only have them at home for a few more years. I've got a great team in place, and, we generate a very comfortable level of income. Okay. So I just want to caution you to comparing yourself to others for the wrong reasons. It's different because I sought out people early in my career as mentors, right? And I've had coaches before, but that's different. Okay. I didn't seek them because I envied them. They had information that I wanted to know. I wanted to learn from them. Okay. Because I didn't know what I needed to know yet. All right. Once I found myself on the other thing too, is like, it's okay to be a competitive person. I'm very competitive. Early in my career, when I saw myself on the top of any leaderboard, it motivated me to stay there. I don't know why. Do you feel that way? It's okay to be competitive. Okay. But you got to remember why you're doing this. Okay. You don't want to kill yourself. I have a good friend who was in the life insurance sales for a long time. And he said every year this guy rolled up, he won agent of the year because he sold 300 some odd policies every year. And he'd been doing it for 20 years or something like that. And at some point, my buddy Sean was like, hey man, congratulations. How you doing? And the guy was miserable, because he didn't have a connection with his family. He didn't have a good connection with his kids. It was work. And so that was an interesting story to hear. While this guy looks radically successful, in this portion of his life, he was miserable in another portion. Okay. So you have to tell yourself what you want out of this deal. Okay. And that can be hard to pin down too. I didn't know how far I wanted to take it until I kind of got close. You know what I mean? So my first 10 years, I was like, I just want to grow. I don't know why. That's just what I felt like I should be doing. And I did. I grew every year until this year when our insurance market did what it did. Just be careful comparing yourself to people for the wrong reasons. You can absolutely seek professional relationships with mentors and friends and help each other out and things like that. That's okay. But there's some nuance here, right? So do you understand what I'm saying here? Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay. And that is a quote, I think I think Eleanor Roosevelt said it. And she said that 100 years ago, and I think it's more relevant, significantly more relevant today than it was 100 years ago when it was said, because of the world that we live in right now, where comparison is all around us. So, like I said, this is just some mindset things. Make sure that your thoughts are lining up with what you want to achieve. Make sure that they're aligning with the proper intentions. And that's kind of what I wanted to share with you today. So I hope that's helpful. My name's Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Dietz Agency. Also, don't forget to send me a text, 208-213-8809, and send me a text that says commercial, and I'll send you a free resource on how to write more commercial. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.